Hey everyone, it's John from the Tosche Station here. I just wanted to set up a new YouTube channel basically dedicated to Star Wars, um, or more importantly, just the actual Star Wars comics themselves. Pretty much every time I'm around town or going into a comic shop, I find myself going back to Star Wars just over and over and over again. For whatever reason, it's the only thing that's get me excited about reading comics these days. And of course, with the new movie and stuff coming out in the next few months, the hype is just getting bigger and bigger. But I kind of want to just started to or wanted to start with Marvel's newest Star Wars series, or first Star Wars series, I should say, being just Star Wars. This one here, yeah. So this one here, just being your regular, just Star Wars. Pretty much everything you want to see on a cover. Pretty much besides say Vader or some form of Sith on there. Luke, Han, Chewie, Leia, droids, C-3PO, R2-D2, X-wings, TIE fighters. What else do you really need, right? This one here actually being a variant cover as well. More so just the yellow style background, but anytime I see any kind of a variant, try to pick it up, trying to get the glare out of there for you so you can see it properly. So contributors on this one, Jason Aaron, John Cassaday, and Laura Martin. So basically what I want to do is just kind of take you through, every page. Basically tell a story for, a lot of people who don't follow the comics, or, just want to just basically just know what happens. They don't want to actually buy them or whatever, right? So we're going to jump right in. I'm going to start with the another closer look at the cover, and then go right into the pages. So hope you enjoy. Okay, another look at the cover here. Of course, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Okay, so this story basically starts off with the Tatooine shuttle, coming out of hyperspace, coming down to the planet. Code clearance checks out. Funny for that, eh? Basically telling them to land on a certain area. Welcome to Moon 1. Basically a large weapons factory for the Empire. Here you can see one of the generals. Basically keeping alert up to the stormtroopers as they usually would. Anything suspicious, pretty much kill every one of them. And as per usual, Han comes out with R2-D2, very cocky and arrogant as per usual. Tell him, he's Han Solo, basically. They basically confirm the identity. I believe that's Zuckuss, the other bounty hunter there. Basically just call him a small-time smuggler, and he takes a little bit of offense to that, but he doesn't really care. Basically, they tell him to hand over their weapons, which they do. Although the bottom of the picture, you can see that there is a target put right on Han Solo's face, basically. But it does turn out to be Chewie. He's pretty much got their back. So they're basically just talking about negotiations for all these weapons. So at the said factory. So you know what's happening. They're just tricking them. I'm going to use a trick with R2-D2 here, spilling out some of his fluids to shock and disarray the stormtroopers and the Imperial officer that's there, and the full-out attack is on. I can't believe what's going on. Didn't even realize that they were rebels. Now they do find out who exactly they are, with Luke and Leia being there with Han, in disguise, of course. And then Leia, just laying out the Imperial officer there, knocking him out. And then after that, basically the race is on to set charges to destroy this place and then get the hell out of there. They have the trusty old C-3PO manning the Falcon, just waiting for them to be done, and giving them the word to, pick them up and take off to safety. And of course, they run into more stormtroopers, other Imperial officers. It's not just gonna be easy walk in and then walk out of there. Although you see at the bottom of this page, Luke starts hearing voices again. Obi-Wan Kenobi, through the Force, telling him to use the Force, let it flow through him. His eyes can deceive you. He starts hearing, cry for help. Heads down a stairway that they were close by, and he finds a bunch of prisoners and slaves trapped in this sort of like cage here. Guard comes out from the back behind him, telling him not to open it. Whips out. It almost looks like a whip style of lightsaber, but I know it's not a lightsaber whip. Obviously, not realizing who he's dealing with. Talking to Luke here. Luke doesn't want to take his blaster. Takes out the lightsaber, easily parries it, no problem, and cuts the guy's hand off. And then releases the prisoners. Next page, Luke looking pretty much badass as you can get. He's still becoming a Jedi. He's still learning, but you can see it coming out in him. Him standing there, telling all the prisoners to follow him, with the guard behind him missing his right hand. So here we see that they have the chargers set. 10 minutes to overload time, so they have to get moving and get out of there. Leia thanks Han for doing what he's doing and putting his face out there, because now the Empire will know for sure that he is with the rebellion. I'm not sure if that wasn't clear before when they destroyed the Death Star, but now it's official, I guess. Start to have a little bit of an argument there, but realize that it's not the time to do this. They have to get moving and find Luke, which they do. Although he is not alone, he has a ton of passengers with him, all these slaves and the prisoners that were caged up there. They tell 3PO to get the autopilot for the Falcon moving, with Chewie still on the lookout with his blaster there. Although there isn't an Imperial shuttle incoming, stormtroopers saying, inform the Overseer that they have a negotiator that's on the way. And who else would that be but Darth Vader? He's not so much of a negotiator, as everybody knows. He just says what he wants to be done and expects it to be done immediately with no questions asked. Basically, Chewie radios down, telling them that who is here. They can't believe that Vader's actually there as the negotiator, and tell Chewie to take the shot to try to assassinate him, basically. But we all know that's probably not going to work. Incoming shots, Vader takes the saber out immediately and deflects them. Chewie's still trying to unload onto him. And on this next page, very cool, as you see Vader pick up 2 stormtroopers and put them in the direct line of fire to protect himself as they get pelted with blaster fire. Vader still sees Chewie looking right at him, dead through the scope. Chewie's still trying to bring him down. He knows he's not going to hit him, though. Vader's starting to use the Force to crush the structure around him. Chewie has to jump for it. And finally, Vader realizing that it was a Wookiee the entire time, which he didn't really understand at this moment. So they're finding out that Chewie's in trouble. They can't get a hold of him. The alert on the factory goes off. They know that they're in trouble. They have to get out of there, telling 3PO to get the Falcon going as fast as he can. 3PO being 3PO, though, he can't really do anything. So, he goes to hit autopilot, but then he sees that there's native scavengers basically just dismantling the Falcon around him. 3PO, looking around, trying to find something to do, sees a blaster. Doesn't really want to use it. Who knows if he even does. Back in the factory, alerts going off. Han, Leia, Luke trying to blast their way out with all the prisoners. And they are working their way through it. Because let's face it, they're stormtroopers. They can't hit fucking anything. So they come across the AT-AT floor. And, what about taking one of these? There's no better way to actually blast your way out of an entire factory besides getting in an AT-AT walker. Nothing's going to stop that. So they basically go to get in it, and then realize that Luke's not with them anymore. Luke's still hearing these voices, trying to talk to Ben. He knows what's going on. He knows what's pretty much coming. Trying to follow these voices to Darth Vader. He still wants to confront him. Ben telling him to listen to him carefully. And here comes Vader down the hallway. Ben telling Luke just to run. It's not worth it right now. You'll have another shot. And that's a pretty good spot to leave it at for the first issue. Nice little cliffhanger there. Vader coming right at Luke. Who knows what's going to happen? Ben telling him to run, just wait till later on. This is not the time. See some end credits here. Again, writer Jason Aaron, artist John Cassaday, colorist Laura Martin, with all the other ones there as well, Lucasfilm and Disney. And then you can see actually the next issue. Cover's pretty awesome, with Vader, AT-AT, and AT-STs behind him. Han and Chewie just hiding behind a little pile of rubble with a ton of stormtroopers around to figure this out. So that one will be coming next. So keep an eye on the channel, and I'll be working on it in the next little while. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching.